For me, working with the INA DAO has been a great learning experience, and I really like the people that I'm working with, and I really like what we're doing. And one of the people that I'm actually was a girl who's now one of the council members for this DAO that I created called LP DAO, which is Live Performers or Live Performance DAO. She interviewed me. She's from the Near ecosystem. We got along really well. She's a live performer, and we started talking. I started talking to her about my experience in Second Life. So before I tell you about more in detail about this DAO, I was in a metaverse called Second Life, which probably a lot of people have heard about. It has a reputation as sort of a pickup metaverse. There's a lot of stuff going on there, people getting married, people having sex, like it's pretty crazy. But there's also a lot of artists who went to this metaverse. Now, the problem obviously is it's a centralized thing where everything that you create is actually owned by Linden Labs, the creators of Second Life. So it's not like you're never really going to get anywhere with it. One of the things when I was talking to Clara, the girl who is also one of the council members of my DAO, is the fact that in the metaverse, in the Web3 metaverses like CryptoVoxels, which I'm a pretty big part of, and all of the metaverses built on a near protocol like Near Hub 3XM, there's no live performers. Like in Second Life, there were a lot of people who would make an avatar, create a stage, start singing via stream with their avatar, playing the guitar or whatever. And you could go and watch these live performances. And it was pretty cool. Like, I mean, people were even like making plays where they would, read their lines or whatever. It was pretty amazing. And I was, talking to Clara and saying, I wonder why don't they have this in Web3? I mean, Web3 is still a lot slower. I mean, Second Life is pretty sophisticated, but they do have streaming and stuff like that. So I started thinking about, like, we had a performance group in Second Life called Drum, capital D, capital R, capital U, capital M, where we would play. I kind of created this group. I made all these sound loops. We built these instruments. I actually learned how to code in Second Life. I don't know how to code anywhere else. We programmed these drums and we could play live in Second Life, not just streaming, but like actually live improvised performances. And I've been wanting to do that in Web3 for a long time. I don't know if that is viable yet, but I'm pretty sure that live performances via streaming is. So I was talking to Clara and I said, I really want to start this DAO, which is called LP DAO, Live Performers, Live Performance DAO. There are a lot of other DAOs in the ecosystem that are like, there's a burlesque DAO where they have comedians and dancers and singers, and there's a writing and poetry DAO. There's an actors one. So I was thinking it would be really cool, get these people from these other DAOs and actually have performances in CryptoVoxels and Near Hub, and maybe one time in Decentraland, but for now, those two for sure, where they could have, performing music, singing, dancing, poetry readings, comedy, little plays and things like that, and sort of like encourage this interaction between the different communities, the different DAOs that already exist, but have them actually perform not only live in the metaverse, but maybe even live wherever they are. So there's somebody in Goa, there's a Goa DAO, and they're doing a dance thing that could be performed in CryptoVoxels, either on a screen or using avatars or whatever. And I just really like the idea because I don't think it's been done. And, you could call it Performance 3, where everybody who performs gets financially compensated for their performances. It's a really great way to onboard new people into the Web3 space. I mean, now that the pandemic is almost over or whatever, a lot of live performers are going back to performing live, but a lot of them weren't able to do that for a long time. And I just think it's a really great way to bring that live idea into the metaverse and still be live and still, like, a lot of people are hesitant about the metaverse, that you're going to forget about real life and just be glued to your computer and stuff like that. But it's kind of, I think it's more like the idea of bringing real life into the metaverse. And one of the things that I really like about the metaverse is how many people you can meet, how many people from all over the world. I mean, I have friends from all over the world. Some of them I've never met before. Some of them I met for the first time last summer when I went to Europe. But it's just amazing at the relationships that you can create. I find that the metaverse in particular, and now the Web3 metaverse, is a really liberating thing in a lot of ways, because I would never have met any of these people if it wasn't for the computer and what you can do on the internet now and what you can do in Web3. So that's basically my main goal, is to sort of take all of these live artists from all these other DAOs, to integrate them, to give them a platform to actually perform where people can see their work, be it comedy or a play or singing or dancing or whatever. So one of the things that the way we're going to kick this off, we haven't actually started. I had gone through a bunch of stuff that I wasn't able to do very much, but we're getting going now. We're still waiting on our branding and our logo, but we want to have a thing called the Metaverse Got Talent, which is based on America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent. I think it would be a really cool way to bring people in and have this contest and, have judges and engage as many people and interact with as many people as possible, and showcase these people that might not have ever had a chance to, some singer in Laos who would never, be heard anywhere, all of a sudden has the whole world watching them. It'll be really fun and fulfilling at the same time, because you're giving these people a chance to be seen by the rest of the world. And the internet and Web3, where you have more control over what's going on, is the perfect place for that. Who knows? Like, maybe a star will be born out of this. So that's basically the concept behind LP DAO.